Good evening, everybody. Welcome here to Rochester High School, the home of the Rochester Zebras, and thanks for tuning in here to tonight's coverage of Rochester Zebras volleyball here on RTC TV4. For those of you tuning in on YouTube, you're going to get a little bonus coverage here this evening. Little JV action going on right now. It's in set one of the JV match with Manchester leading 20-13 here over the Zebras. I'm not going to commentate to you too much here, but I'll mute the sound and let you guys watch some JV action, and I will come back for the call when we get into varsity action here in a little bit. But I will give you some bonus coverage here of the Rochester Zebras JV while we're waiting. Good evening, everybody, and welcome here to Rochester High School, the home of the Zebras, and tonight's coverage of Lady Zebras Volleyball on RTC TV4. Good evening, everybody. Steve Stricker here coming to you tonight, getting set for the varsity contest. It's running a little bit late, and if you were not watching on YouTube, for those of you who are joining us on Channel 4 here for the varsity match, you'll have to go back and check that one out. I got here just as the JV was getting going, so I went ahead and fired up our YouTube feed. And a bonus, I wasn't calling the game, it was just video only, so that might be a better thing anyway. But it was a great match between Rochester and Manchester, and the Lady Zebras won in 3 sets. They won set 1 25-24, coming back, and that they were down quite a bit in that set and came back and won in that one. Manchester took set number 2 15-25, and then Rochester came back and won set 3 15-13 to take the match. So if you get a chance, go back on YouTube, and it's at the beginning of the varsity game, which we're doing right now. You won't be able to see it until we get done here with the varsity match and send that thing in archives. But that was a good match between Rochester and Manchester. So the varsity getting ready to go. We got a little bit of time before everybody gets rolling here, so we'll talk a little bit about the teams. Rochester comes into tonight's match with a 10-9 overall record. They're 3-1 in the TRC. The head coach is Erin Leap in her first season here with the Zebras as the head coach. They're going to be taking on the Manchester Squires. Manchester comes in with an 11-10 record, and they're 3-2 in the TRC. So this should be a good contest here again tonight. Last time out here, for me anyway, it was a 5-set battle between Rochester and Southwood, with Rochester pulling out the 3-2 win. So it should be another great contest here this evening between a couple closely matched teams. So the Zebras are led by their junior duo of Olivia Regal and Christina Town. Regal leads the team in kills with 176 on the year. She also leads the team in blocks with 34 and leads the team in receiving with 173. Christina Town, another junior, stands 5'8". She's an outside hitter for the Zebras. She leads the team in serving with 37 aces and also leads the team in digs with 180 digs. The setter, Molly Conley, leads the team in assists. She's a sophomore, and she has 423 assists on the season for the Zebras. For Manchester, they've got a younger squad as well. A couple of sophomores and a junior. One senior that leads the team in serving and digs. That's number 5, Emma West. She has 35 aces on the year and has 225 digs. A sophomore, Eva Bazzoni, leads the team in kills with 125 and receiving with 258. Junior Kirsten Eckrite leads the team in blocks with 25, and sophomore Kendra Klein leads the team in assists with 281. So it ought to be a very close match here between the two teams. And like I said, for those of you joining us on the Channel 4 side of things here this evening, when we get done with this, if you want to go back and check out the JV match on YouTube, that thing was a classic, going 3 sets with Rochester winning set number 3, 15-13. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with more pregame here from Rochester. You're watching Zebras Volleyball here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Now, welcome back here to Rochester. We're getting set to go for the varsity match between the Lady Zebras and the Lady Squires from Manchester High School. It's a TRC matchup here between Rochester and Manchester, and it should be a very close game. Rochester comes in at 10-9 on the season, 3-1 in the TRC. Manchester 11-10 and 3-2 in the TRC. And you got to feel like Coach Leap is feeling that this team is progressing rather nicely here as they approach the later stages of the season. We knew it was a young team coming in, but they've gelled very well. They've held their record pretty much all season above 500 and coming in with a 10-9 mark. So this is a big game here tonight between the two squads. And we've got a lot of time here before the start as the JV match went 3 sets. So we're running a little bit behind what a normal start time was supposed to be 7:15 here for the match. And, you know, that's the thing with volleyball. You never really know what we're going to be running into with the JV match. And when it runs 3 sets, that kind of pushes us behind. So I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing at RTC TV4. We got a lot of good things going on over at the station. Of course, spearheaded by Scott Sager and Joe McCarter. Last Friday night, we were able to broadcast 5 high school football games at the same time, simultaneously live on all 4 of our channels and on YouTube as well. We had a crew that was up in Culver, or our Culver crew was up in Triton, actually. They were on the road, and Triton won that one. And then we also had a crew over at North White High School with our Pioneer coverage. Of course, Pioneer won that one big against North White. Pioneer rolling at 5-0 on the season. And, of course, the reigning state champs in Class A, ranked number 1 again this year. We also had our Caston crew led by Dakota Hayden. He was up at LaVille High School covering the LaVille Lancers, hosting the Caston Comets. And then I was over at Tippy Valley High School and covered the Vikings, who won a game TRC matchup with Whitco. And of course, the Rochester group was down at North Miami High School, a game you heard here on Channel 4, saw on Channel 4, and was able to hear on WROI as well. So a lot of good things going on. We're looking at another big week of football coming up again this week. Rochester will be home this weekend, or this Friday. They're going to be hosting the Norse from Northfield High School in a TRC matchup. Culver will be home as well. They're going to be hosting Winnemac in a Hoosier North Athletic Conference game. Pioneer travels to Triton this week to host Triton will host the Class A number 1 Pioneer Panthers in another Hoosier North Athletic Conference matchup. And then Tippy Valley is going to travel to Manchester for a matchup with 2 TRC teams taking on each other down in Manchester. We will also be having coverage of Caston as they host in a Hoosier North Athletic Conference. They will be hosting Winnemac. So a lot of good things going on over there. Sorry about that. I was trying to pull that out of my head. If I sounded a little confused, I was trying to remember where all we're going to be. We got so much going on. So some good things. We got a volleyball game here tonight. Jeremy Swango will be back here on Thursday for the match for Rochester as well. And also on Thursday night, our Culver crew is going to be on the air as they host Argus in a Marshall County rivalry game between the Culver Cavs and the Argus Dragons in a boys soccer matchup. So a lot of great things coming up here in the next week or so. And then as we travel into the playoff season, we're going to be covering soccer. It's going to be coming to an end here before we know it, as well as volleyball sectionals and the football sectionals. We're already going to be in week 6 of the football season coming up this Friday. That's hard to imagine that it's gone by that fast. So a lot of good things coming up. You can see all the action on RTC TV4, and you can also tune in to all of our channels. We have 304, 341, 342, and Channel 4 as well, or you can catch it on rtc4.com with all of the wonderful action that we've got going on. So we got about 6 minutes left here before the start of the match between Rochester and Manchester. We're going to take a quick break for these ad sponsor message and talk a little bit more when we get back. You're watching RTC4 TV4's coverage of Rochester Zebras volleyball. We'll be right back.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here to Rochester High School, where we're getting set to cover the varsity match here between the Rochester Zebras and the Manchester Squires. Thanks for tuning in to our coverage tonight on RTC TV4. Steve Stricker coming to you tonight, and should be a good matchup. The 10-9 Zebras taking on the 11-10 Squires here in a TRC matchup. Well, we still got a little bit of time. Let's talk a little bit about the stats here for the Zebras. We talked about Olivia Regal leading the team in kills with 176. We also talked about Christina Town, who leads in serving and digs, but she's also number 2 on the team in kills. She has 131 kills, so not too far behind Regal on the season. She has a kill percentage of 176. Regal has a kill percentage, hit percentage of 258 on her 176 kills. 3.2 kills per set for Regal and 2.4 kills per set for Christina Town. So those are your 2 big hitters up front. Serving-wise, Christina Town leads the team in serving with 37 aces. She has 0.7 per set. Also Hannah Houston, and I do apologize. It took me 3 games to realize that I was saying her name wrong. It's Hannah Houston. So I'll try and correct that. But Hannah Houston leads, or is second on the team in aces with 26. And she has 0.5 aces per set. Regal leads the team in blocks, followed by Rogers, Caitlin Rogers, a sophomore who has 15 blocks, as does Hannah Houston. Town leads the team in digs as well. Also doing very well in the dig category. Town has 180, and the only senior on the team, Olivia Smith, is second with 90. So Christina Town doubled up over Olivia Smith, who is second in the dig category. Of course, Molly Conley is going to be way up there. She is the #1 setter on assists. She has 423. And the #2, Chloe Harris, has 24. Serve receiving, Regal leads with 173. Whitley Barkman is second on the team with 130, and Olivia Smith with 95. So that's going to round out the stats here for Rochester. Let's take a look at what we got coming up here from the Manchester Squires. In kills, we had Eva Bazzoni leading the team with 125 kills. Anna Osborne, a senior, is second with 91. Emma West leads the team with 35 aces. And a pair of upperclassmen with a junior, Lydia Greer, and senior Anna Osborne both have 26 aces for the Squires. Kirsten Eckerite leads the team in blocks with 25. Osborne comes in blocking category at #2 with 16, and Lauer, Kennedy Lauer, is #3 with 15. All right, so we're getting set to go here. So we're going to do our starting lineups. We're going to start off with Manchester.
#1, Eva Bazzoni.
Going to start off with #1, a sophomore, Eva Bazzoni. The libero is a senior, #5, Emma West.
#14, Kennedy Lauer. And #15, Andrea Kahn.
A junior, #7, Mackenzie Day. A sophomore, #9, Kendra Klein. A senior, #13, Anna Osborne. Senior, #14, Kennedy Lauer. And a junior, #15, Andrea Kahn. And now here we go. A sophomore, 5'8", #25, Hannah Houston. A 5'8", junior, #18, Christina Town.
A 5'9" sophomore, #12, Caitlin Rogers.
A 5'5", sophomore, #15, Molly Conley.
A 5'8" junior, #7,
5'9", sophomore, #12, Caitlin Rogers. A 5'10", freshman, #8, Emily Hughes. A 5'8", junior, #7, Olivia Regal. And a 5'2", junior, #5, Whitley Barkman. right, here we go. We're getting set to go here from Rochester High School. It's a TRC battle between the Manchester Squires and your Rochester Zebras. Thanks for tuning in to RTC TV4 here this evening. Steve Stricker coming to you tonight. Should be a great matchup. If you missed it, JV won 2-1 over the Manchester Squires. Rochester won set number 1 and a big comeback, 25-24. Manchester picked up set number 2, 25-15. Rochester came back and won set 3, 15-13. And you can watch that after we get done here. You can go back and watch on YouTube. I got a little bonus coverage. Didn't get the entire match, but about halfway through the first set with no audio, that may be a bonus for you. You don't have to listen to me. So it's a big varsity matchup here. It looks like Christina Town is going to be back serving here first for the Lady Zebras as we get going. Both teams come in with very similar records. One game over 500, Rochester at 10-9, and Manchester 11-10 on the season. Town's going to put it in the air for the first serve of the night. And a shot across, nice dig. Regal, and it's going to be out, so that'll be point number 1 for Manchester. Got a sub coming in here for the Squires. It's going to be Allie Seitz. Checking in to serve. Tips the net. Nice dig by Regal. Nice block that time by Regal. Gives the point to the Zebras. Evens it all up at 1 apiece. Molly Conley's going to be back to serve. Sends it across. Nice dig there for the Squires. And the kill attempt by Bozzoni hits the net. Point goes to the Zebras. Conley's second serve. Coming to the right side. Oh, beautiful dig by Town. But unfortunately, Barkman cannot get the second hit on it, and it goes out. We're all tied up here at 2 apiece. Emma West, the libero senior here for Manchester with the serve. Regal, good dig by West. Oh, nice play by West, getting across the net. And a big shot and a kill that time for Rogers. That was a big hit from the near side. Regal with the serve. That's going to go out of bounds. So the point's going to go to the Zebras. So 4-2 lead here early in set number 1 for Rochester. Regal serve across. Gonna try from the back row. That just gets over the net for the Squires. Houston. Nice dig. Another nice dig by Regal. And a little change up right there, and that's trouble for the Zebras. That was number 1, Bozzoni. Took a little off of that and found a spot right behind the front line of the Zebras for the point for the Squires. Lydia Greer checks in and is going to serve here for Manchester. Back row, and that's going to sail long on the attempt for Hughes. Greer now with a second serve. There's a tight set. That goes over, and the lift called on Manchester. I wasn't sure how they were going to call that. So they called the lift on Manchester, give the point to the Zebras. And it's going to bring in the senior Olivia Smith here with the serve. And that dig attempt is no good for Houston. Side out for the Squires. Andrea Kahn checks back in. The server is going to be Bozzoni for Manchester, the sophomore. And that was a bad pass out of the back by Rogers. And it goes into the net, so the point goes over to Manchester, who takes the lead 6-5 now here in the first. That was tipped, so that one's going to be a point for the Zebras. Evening things up here at 6 apiece. Caitlin Rogers, 5'9" sophomore, back to serve now for Rochester. She's going to change it up a little bit. Town from the near side, that one's tipped. And that's going to go long that time for Kahn. It's going to give the point to Rochester, takes the lead 7-6. Nice serve by Rogers right there. Conley sets it across. And that kill attempt goes out of bounds for number 13, Anna Osborne. Gives Rochester their 8th point here of set number 1. That block is going to go off of Town, and that's going to go down for Osborne.
Serving for Manchester, number 13.
Delaney Chips, the 5'1" sophomore, checks into the game here for the Zebras. Town, free ball across for the Zebras. Set tight to the net. Good block that time by Houston. Another block by Houston, but it falls on her side of the net. So the point's going to go to Southwood. That was last week. Manchester. So we're all tied up at 8 here in the first set between Manchester and Rochester. And that serve by Osborne goes into the net, giving the Zebras the point. And number 25, Hannah Houston, goes back here to serve. We've seen her with some really good runs from the serve. First set there at Southwood, she had 10 in a row, so we'll see what they can do. Town with the kill attempt. Nice dig by Manchester. Regal's going to try it. She gets that one to go down. The dig attempt by Bozzoni goes off her fingertips. So Houston gets another serve here with the Zebras leading 10-8. That one's going to travel long, however, for Houston.
Substitution for Squires, number 7, Day.
Mackenzie Day checks back in for Manchester. Back to serve, Kendra Klein. Regal gets dug. And that kill attempt from back row by Bozzoni is going to go long. Gives Rochester the point. They lead 11-9 here early in the first. Got a sub, Emily Hughes, going in for Smith. Town back to serve, and she sends that one long. Gives the ball right back over to the Squires.
3, Sights back to serve.
Allie Seitz checks in and goes back to serve here for Manchester. Town from the back row, good dig. Can't get Hughes' spike back across, and the point goes to the Zebras.
Zebras 12, Rogers 15.
Caitlin Rogers checks back in. Delaney Chips is going to take a break. Molly Conley at the serve. Change of pace right there. Blocked. Oh, that's a big kill there for number 14, Kennedy Lauer for Manchester. Pulls the Squires to within 1, 12-11. Emma West, the senior libero here for Manchester, back to serve. Beautiful serve there for West. And the kill attempt on the near side for Rogers travels too far. And we're all tied up at 12 now. West with the serve. Dug by Town. Back row. Town hits it into the net. Manchester regains the lead, 13-12, on the serve of Emma West. That one's trouble, and that's a big shot by Rogers. Puts that one home for the Zebras, ties it up at 13.
Serving Rochester 7, Ritter.
That one just out of bounds for Day. Houston sends it across. Back row, Houston, good dig. And that's a kill for number 1, Eva Bazzoni for Manchester. Ties back up at 14, so great match here so far in the first set. We're all tied at 14. Manchester has the serve, going to be a number 11. Lydia Greer back to serve for the Squires. Houston, and that one goes into the net. So back and forth we go. Manchester regains the lead, 15-14. Greer going to attempt another serve here. A little miscommunication by the Zebras, but they get it across. That one tipped across, and it rolls back over on the Rochester side and falls dead. So that's another point for Manchester. The Squires leading 16-14. We got a timeout on the floor. We're going to take a break. Be back with more Rochester Zebras volleyball on RTC TV4 in just a moment.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here to Rochester High School, where the Squires have battled back and regained a 2-point advantage in set number 1 under the serve from Lydia Greer. Bazzoni with the big hit from the far side. Houston, and that one's going to drop. A good kill that time by Hannah Houston.
Substitution for Rochester, number 8, Smith.
Smith's going to check in and go back and serve here for the Zebras. Zebras trailing by 1, 15-16. And Smith's serve hits the top of the net and falls on Rochester's side.
Squires. Substitution 15, Tom.
Bazzoni's going to go back and serve now here for Manchester. It's going to be a free ball crossed. Low set, and that's going to travel out of bounds on the kill attempt by Osborne.
Number 12, Rogers.
So with the Zebras trailing by 1, Rogers goes back to serve. Nice serve that time by Rogers. Trouble for the Squires. They do get it across. Town from the near side. And the kill goes down for Osborne. So back and forth we go. Manchester back up 18-16.
Serving 13.
Delaney chips, checks back in for Rochester. Near side Town. And the dig, and that's a nice play that time. I think that was Houston. I couldn't see behind the official. But beautiful play off the block from the Town set, or spike. Nice serve there from Houston. That's trouble right there, miscommunication from Manchester. They set it onto the far side, but no hitter was available. And we're all tied up at 18 here in the first. Houston, oh boy, that was a rocket serve. It just hits far enough down and does not come across.
Number 7, Day. Serving 9.
Libero Barkman checks back in for Houston. Kendra Klein back to serve, and a nice change of pace. That's set across. Block, big block by Regal on that one. Conley was there as well.
Serving for Rochester, number 18, Town.
Christina Town's going to go back to serve now for the Zebras. And Emily Hughes checks in for Smith. Nice serve by Town. Dig was just off the mark there by Barkman.
Substitution, three Sites to serve for the Squires.
Allie Seitz checks in, goes back to serve now for Manchester. Regal gets up. Nice dig by Manchester. Oh, big block that time by Regal. Puts the kill attempt by Bezzoni back on the Manchester side. And we're all tied up at 20 here in set number 1. Bezzoni gets it across. And a big kill attempt. Nice dig by Manchester. Regal. Oh, that one's all over Allie Seitz. And a big kill for Regal. Now we got a timeout for Manchester as Rochester comes back and leads 21-20. We'll take a quick break. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of Rochester Zebras Volleyball. We'll be back here in just a moment.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com.
All right, welcome back here to Rochester. Molly Conley's going to be back to serve here for the Zebras, leading 21-20 in set number 1. From the back row, dug out by the Zebras. Dug by Town. It's going to be a free ball across, but nice play there by the Zebras. And that is a big kill. Nice set right there on that one. Kennedy Lauer with the kill, the senior for Manchester. Ties it back up here at 21 apiece. Emma West going to go back and serve here for the Squires. The senior libero. And great job right there, digging that out by Rogers. Oh, beautiful change of pace on that one. Regal's been going hard all night long, and she took a lot off of that one and dropped it right down in a free spot. Puts the Zebras up 22-21, and she's back to serve. Trouble here for the Squires. Mazzoni just sets it across, and that time, nice dig though by Manchester. And that's a big kill for Caitlin Rogers. Zebras 2 points away from putting set number 1 away, 23-21. Regal with the serve, and last minute decision there by West to take that serve. Mazzoni finds an opening in the back corner and puts that one away. You can see why she leads the team in kills with 125 on the season. The Greer, the junior, back to serve with the Zebras leading by 1. Bad pass, Conley able to get it back though. And there's a big hit by Houston, and that one goes down. Set point, set number 1, 24-22 here for the Zebras. Smith going to check in and go back to serve. Let's see if the senior can put this thing away. Mazzoni near side, and she finds an opening in the floor. Gets that one down. This one's going to go down to the wire, folks. 24-23 for the Zebras. Allie Seitz back to serve. That's actually Mazzoni. That one's blocked. We're all knotted up here at 24. We're going to get us a winner here shortly. That goes down. So Rochester regains the lead 25-24. See if they can put this one away. Set is back. Going near side. Town gets blocked. That's trouble. Nice recovery that time by Smith. Dig. Town near side changes it up. Good read by Manchester. Houston. That one drops. Well, this one's going to keep going. We're back tied up 25 all, and that's going to put number 13, Anna Osborne, back to serve here for Manchester. What a set. Set number 1 here between Rochester and Manchester. See who cracks under the pressure here. And that one's going to go off of the block of Rochester and get down for number 15, Kahn. Set point once again here for Manchester, leading 26-25. And Coach Leap is going to take a timeout here, talk things over. We're going to take a quick break. Be back with more Rochester Zebras volleyball here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe, online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support.
All right, cut that a little early. We're getting back to action here. Manchester with the serve. They have the 1-point lead, extra time, if you will. 25-26 set point for the Squires. See if the Zebras can stay alive. Nice dig by Town. Town gets it across. Another good dig. That's going to go across. And we're going to be over the net. Houston gets across the line. And the Squires going to come back and take set number 1 by a score 27-25. So Manchester comes back after Rochester had a 23-21 lead and scores 6 points in 2 points to Rochester and takes set number 1 27-25. So we're going to change things up here. They're going to switch sides. We're going to come back with set number 2, see if the Z's can come back. And we'll be back in a moment here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here to Rochester High School and our coverage of Rochester Zebras volleyball here on RTC TV4. What a set we had in set number 1. Manchester comes back from a 23-21 deficit and wins 27-25 in thrilling fashion. So the Zebras have a little bit of a hole to climb out of here, trying to even things up in set number 2. That was a back and forth battle all the way. No team ever led by more than 3. So we'll see how the Zebras react to that first set loss. So they're going to come back on set number 2. It's going to be Chips, Houston, Conley, Smith, Regal, and Town. On the Manchester side, it's going to be Klein, Seitz, Osborne, Bazzoni, Lauer, and Day. And just as I say that, Osborne goes out and West comes in. Squire's going to start off here serving in set number 2. It's going to be the sophomore Allie Seitz back to serve. Chips with the dig. Regal, that's trouble. And that one might have been out, but Manchester attempted to dig it out, so it's a good job there for Rochester. Take point number 1. Christina Town's going to go back to serve here for the Zebras. Nice serve. Bazzoni dug out by Town. And the kill attempt by Hughes hits the net. So we're all tied up at 1. Emma West back to serve here for Manchester. Tied at 1 here in set number 2. Regal, that's trouble. See if they can get it across. What a play there by the Squires. And that one goes down that time for Hughes. Boy, that dig on that play by that hit by Regal was something to see there for Manchester. They got that across was something in itself. And Bazzoni hits that one into the net, so Rochester takes an early 3-1 lead here in set number 2. Conley back, nice serve there right at the back line. Free ball across. Change of pace. Good read there from Manchester. Bozzoni, and that one hits the net and goes over.
Side out, Squires.
Kill there for Eva Bozzoni. Bozzoni's only a sophomore, leads the team in kills and receiving. Zoe Ream. There is a big kill from the far side by Rogers.
Substitution, serving, number 7, Regal.
So number 10, Zoe Ream, a sophomore, has checked in for Manchester. Regal with the serve. That was blocked that time by number 13, Osborne.
Substitution 15, Kahn. Serving.
Andrea Kahn checks back in here. Manchester trails 4-3. Bozzoni with the serve. Tight set. Good dig. Back row. Town with the dig. Town from the back row. That one's tipped. Houston. And that one's going to go down for Houston. Point goes to the Zebras.
Substitution 11, Smith.
Smith's going to check back in here for Hughes. Smith back to serve. Set across by Manchester. Rogers with a good swing there. Change of pace. Good dig by Rochester. Rogers. Good dig. Oh, what a job there by Conley. Conley got that point by herself there. The ball comes back across right in the middle of the Rochester huddle. Bounced off about 3 Zebras' faces unintentionally. And there's an ace. The senior Olivia Smith gets the ace for the Zebras. Now we have Rochester with a 7-3 lead. So the Zebras doing a good job here of reacting to the first set loss. And a smart play there by the senior lets that one go out of bounds. So the biggest lead that we've seen here tonight, 8-3 for the Zebras. Town, big hit from the far side. That one goes down. Downtown. Makes it 9-3 Rochester. And Manchester coach wants to talk it over. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more Rochester Zebras volleyball here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here to Rochester High School, where the Lady Zebras have opened up a 9-3 lead here in set number 2. Done a nice job of bouncing back. Olivia Smith, the senior, at the serve. Manchester took set number 1. That one went on the other side of the antenna, but no call. See if the Zebras can keep it alive. Town with a nice hit. Dug by Manchester. On the far side, Town had a long way to go on that one. And that one's going to go down for number 15, Kahn.
Side out squad for serving number 13, Osborne.
So Manchester with the serve. Rochester leads by 5, and there is a big kill on the near side by Rogers. I tell you what, last couple of matches I've done, Rogers has really come a long way. She's a big hitter in the front row, just a sophomore, 5'9" tall. And nice serve there, changes up the pace a little bit, but that one's going to drop on the other side. A little change of pace on their own for Kahn.
0 chips. And for Manchester, 7. Day, serving 9, Klein.
Kendra Klein going to go back to serve here with Rochester leading 10-5, set number 2. Rochester leads 1-0. Houston changes it up and finds the floor.
Serving for Rochester, 25, Houston.
And Houston's going to go back to serve here for Rochester. And just out of bounds, Christina Town couldn't find the line.
Squires, substitution 3, Sykes to serve.
Houston checks out. Number 5, Barkman checks in. Day serving now here for Manchester. That one's going to be trouble. It's going to hit the ground.
Side out, Zubas.
Rochester builds a 6-point lead again, 12-6.
Hughes, serving 18, Town.
And Emily Hughes is going to check back in, the freshman here for Rochester. Christina Town back to serve. Hughes tipped. Back across. Nice block that time. That was Regal. And Regal's going to try and put that away. Good dig. Tipped. Regal gets it over. Tipped. Good dig by Barkman. Town across Hughes. And another dig here for Manchester. Yeah, block. And that one goes down. Regal with the block.
Side out, Squires, serving 5, West.
But the block went out of bounds. So the ball goes back over to Manchester. And the serve by West goes into the net, giving the ball back to the Zebras.
12, Rogers, serving 15.
Caitlin Rogers checks back in. Conley's back to serve here for the Zebras. Oh, that one was trouble. Barkman couldn't get a good handle on it. And it's going to be Manchester's ball on the side out. Rochester still leads by 5 here, 13-8, set number 2. Barkman, back row Town, free ball crossed. And that one is a good change of pace that time by number 13, Anna Osborne. Gets that one to fall. Sophomore Zoe Ream back to serve now for Manchester. Big hit. What a hit by Rogers. She drove that ball down. She was way over the net that time, and a nice driving kill that time by the sophomore. Regal back to serve. I like the way these young girls are playing here for the Zebras. They got a lot of sophomores and juniors and a freshman out here doing very well. Conley, Houston, and it goes down. Another point for the Zebras. Regal with the serve. Nice block by Houston. Makes it 16-9 here in set number 2. Well, we wondered how the Zebras would bounce back from losing the first set, and I would say so far, very well. Oh, that one is a big hit from the far side. Put that one down, number 9, Kendra Klein. So Manchester comes back, gets to within 6. Gonna put the sophomore Eva Bozzoni back at the serve. And there is a big block that time by Osborne. So Manchester trying to mount a comeback here, trailing by 5. And a big kill that time for Caitlin Rogers. She just has a knack for finding the floor on the opposite side on those kill attempts. She's had a couple of big shots here for Rochester. Olivia Smith comes in here serving. Rochester leads 17-11. That one's trouble. And I think they were out of hits anyway. That one wouldn't have mattered even if they could have. So the point goes to the Zebras. They now lead by 7, 18-11. Smith with the serve. That's trouble again. An ace for Smith. Zebras rolling here in set number 2 with an 8-point advantage. Oh, see if they can get it across. Nice job. That was 2 one-handed digs there, and good job finding the bottom for Manchester.
Serving 13, Osborne.
Back to serve here for Manchester, number 13, Anna Osborne. Conley, Town changes it up. And that's going to be out of bounds. The kill attempt by Lauer gives the ball back over here to the Zebras. Going to put number 12, the sophomore Caitlin Rogers, back to serve. Zebras leading 20-12. Oh, it hits the top of the net and comes back. Just about flipped over.
Substitution 7, Day. The Zebras 0.
Klein back to serve now for Manchester. Chips comes in for Rogers. Town, far side. Good dig by Manchester. And a kill that time for Lauer. Manchester's back to within 6, 20-14. Trouble. Good job by Conley getting that out of the net. Good dig. Town, far side. Good dig by Bozzoni. Free ball cross. Chips. Conley. Houston blocked. And that was a big block by Kahn for Manchester. Squires not going away quietly. Back to within 5 here in set 2. Klein with the serve. Chips with the dig. Town blocked. Well, they called that 4. I thought it was blocked. So Manchester, and there is an ace. Wow. Okay. Good work there by the Zebras, but the kill goes down by Lauer.
Zebras. Serving Rochester 25, Houston. Side out, Manchester. Substitution 3, Sites to serve.
All right. Number 3, Allie Sites checks in here for Manchester. The Zebras leading 21-17. The waning moments of set number 2. Regal changes it up. Good reaction by Manchester. Too many players on the floor. Allie Sites was doing a handstand there, unintentionally, obviously.
Substitution Ray Hughes serving 18, Town.
Freshman Hughes checks back in, and back to serve for Rochester, number 18, Christina Town, as soon as she ties her shoe. Bazzoni. Freshman, nice job right there, gets it across through the block attempt, and a kill for Emily Hughes, 5'10" freshman. Rochester leads 23-17, trying to even things up here in set number 2. Town with a beautiful serve. That's going to go in the bucket. That was almost a three-pointer there. Regal, and they're just trying to get it in the basket. Dig. The freshman. Bazzoni, and that one's going to go down right in front of Town. What a volley that time between both squads.
Serving from Squires, number 5. West.
Emma West back to serve. Regal touched. Oh, that gives the point to the Zebras, and we have set point here for Rochester, 24-18 in set number 2. Molly Conley is going to be back here to serve. Far side, dug out by Town. Regal, that one's tipped, and that's going to do it. Zebra is going to take set number 2, 24-18. 25-18. So we're all tied up at 1 apiece going into the third set. So we're going to take a quick break. Come back with set number 3. Girls are going to change sides. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of Rochester Zebras volleyball.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Blue Dragon Taekwondo. Whether you want to learn self-defense, physical cross-training, or looking to compete in national tournaments, Blue Dragon Taekwondo is the area's leading martial arts authority. Online at tkdbluedragon.com. RTC Fiber Communications. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back. Here we're getting set to go with set number 3 here from Rochester High School. It's been a good one so far. Manchester won the first set 27-25. Rochester came back and won set number 2 25-18. And it's been a just that kind of a match here, back and forth all the way. We talked about it going into set number 2. You know, what kind of reaction would the Zebras have coming out of that tough-fought first set where they ended up losing after leading 23-21 and ended up losing 27-25. And, well, they came back and won convincingly 25-18 in set number 2. So we're all tied up at 1 apiece going into set number 3. And very impressed with some of these young, talented players here for the Zebras. Regal, Conley, Town, Rogers, and Hannah Houston. They've all played very, very well, and only one senior on this team, Olivia Smith, and she comes in and does a nice job with setting some serves for the Zebras. But you've got a lot of young, very talented players here for the Zebras. Really been impressed with number 8, the freshman Emily Hughes, as well as the sophomore 5'9" Caitlin Rogers to go on top of the front hitters that they have in Olivia Regal and Christina Town. So let's see what we can do here in set number 3. See if the Zebras can make it 2 in a row and take a 2-1 lead.
Go, Squire.
Rochester's going to have the serve for set number 3. Christina Town going back to take the first serve. Town sends it across. That's trouble, and a good read that time by Regal. The dig attempt goes across, and Regal puts it home for the first point here for the Zebras. I was watching the Rochester girls. They were still playing it, and Manchester had stopped because the whistle had blown. So it was dead. Rochester into the net. Bizzoni from the far side, good dig. And it goes down for number 8. That is the freshman Emily Hughes with the big kill for the Zebras. Just so impressed, you know, her size, obviously, at 5'10", but she has some skill as far as getting off the ground and really brings that ball down from a high point on those kills. And that one's blocked across, and a kill for Rogers. So the 2 young guns I've been talking about, Hughes and Rogers right there with 2 kills in a row for the Zebras. That one's into the net. (4-1) here. Conley with the serve. Back row, no problem for Town. Regal, big hit. That's going to be trouble. Town, but she can't get it back far enough. Good hustle that time by Christina Town, but it was just too far out of bounds. West at the serve here for Manchester. And that's a big kill on the far side for Regal. I don't want to sound like Rogers and Hughes are the only ones in the front line, because Regal and Town both get up in the air for the Zebras. Blocked. Good reaction. Houston across. Oh, that one's put away by Osborne for Manchester. West with the serve here. Goes to the jump. That one lands.
Side out, Zebras.
Well, a little confusion here. I guess it's going to be Zebras ball.
Substitution for Rochester, 11, Smith.
All right, so Smith is going to come in for Hughes. Go back to serve with Rochester leading 6-3. A little unclear on what the call was made there. That's going to go down inbounds. The kill for the Squires. Kahn's going to check back in, and Eva Bizzoni's going to go back to serve now for Manchester. Town near side. That's trouble. Good hustle though. That play was made by Kendra Klein. That first dig was the pass was not great. And Klein hustled across and got it. Manchester able to put it down. That one goes into the net for Bozzoni. Gives Rochester the point and sends number 12, Caitlin Rogers, back to serve. Rogers, solid serve, back row. That one was trouble. Conley was not looking for that one coming across, and that was a big kill by Osborne.
Substitution 0, Chips, serving 13, Osborne.
Chips comes in for Rogers. That dig goes across. And that was a good play by the Zebras. Gets that one to go down. It's going to send Hannah Houston back to serve. Rochester leading 8-6. We're in set number 3. We're all tied up at 1 apiece. Rochester versus Manchester, and that's a low set. Regal dug out. And that's going to go long on the far side for Andrea Kahn. Going to give Houston another serve here. Houston, another sophomore here for Rochester. We've seen her put together some really good runs from the serve. That's going to go out of bounds, but it was tipped by Conley on the block attempt. Gives the ball back over to Manchester. It's going to put Kendra Klein back to serve. Klein finds an opening in the defense of the Zebras. Puts the ace home. Brings Manchester within 1. Chips, Conley, Regal. And the block, and it drops. Big hit on the far side by Kahn, and we're all tied up now at 9 apiece after Rochester had gone out to a big lead to start the 3rd set. See how they react. Conley goes across with the set. Good dig. Chips. Blocked. Chips. Free ball. Barkman. Good dig that time. Smith. Oh, that goes over. I thought it was going to hit the net. Hole, and Smith can't get to it. Manchester's finding that hole right in the middle of the Zebras defense. And they've battled all the way back and have a 1-point lead here in set number 3. Conley, chips. And that's trouble. Chips might have gotten helped out there by Bozzoni. That thing might have been out of bounds, but we'll never know. We're all tied up at 10 here with Christina Town back to serve here for the Lady Zebras. Town with the big serve. Good dig by Barkman. Tight to the net, Regal. Good dig. Near side. Good job by Chips. Back row for Town. And that's going to drop down. Town gets it go down from the back row. Puts the Zebras back up by 1, 11-10. Town back to serve. Beautiful serve. Beautiful run around that time, Conley. That was a basketball move right there. She did the little hook around. And Conley sets it over to Regal for the kill. That one's trouble. Get it across. That one hits up. And great job by Manchester. Changed it up. Regal gets it to drop. Kahn couldn't get the dig, and it drops down. And the Zebras back up 13-10. We got a timeout on the floor with the Zebras leading 13-10 here in set number 3. We're going to take a quick break, be back with more Rochester Zebra Volleyball here on RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester treats you like family. Shepherd's offers a wide variety of new and certified pre-owned vehicles to fit your budget. Stop out for your test drive today, online at shepherdsrochester.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe, online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Welcome back here to Rochester High School. It's been a great battle back and forth between Rochester and Manchester here on RTC TV4. Rochester leads 13-10. Town with the serve. Big shot. Regal puts it down. Well, the Zebras have answered. Manchester come all the way back and led 10-9. Zebras come battle back and have a 14-10 lead. Oh, smart play there by the junior Mackenzie Day. Finds the opening in the Rochester defense. And they break Town's serve. The damage was done with 5 in a row for Christina Town. Regal blocked. Good reaction there on the block. Bozzoni's blocked. She's going to go over the top. Couldn't get it through, so she goes over the top. Nice smart play there by the sophomore Bozzoni. Manchester back to within 2. A little change of pace, and that one's into the net. Change of pace there for Regal. Conley, smart play right there, sets it across. Sophomore setter for the Zebras with the smart change of pace. Rogers checks back in for chips. Oh, Regal had the block, and I think Hughes got caught napping a little bit right there. I don't think she was expecting it to come back over her way. West with the serve for the Squires. And that one's trouble. Lift for Rochester. So Manchester battles back. Trails by 1, 15-14. And she's going to go to the jump serve. And a bad set there for Hughes. Back and forth we go, all tied up now at 15. Senior West goes back to the jump serve. Big hit, set across. Bozzoni gets blocked. Good job by Regal. But Manchester keeps it alive and gets the point, regains the lead here by 1, 16-15. Whoever gets this set obviously gets a advantage with 2-1. West with the jump serve takes a little off of that though. Regal, good dig by West. Set across by Manchester. Good job by Rogers going backwards to get that across. Barkman, Conley, and a nice change of pace. That's trouble. Not going to go across. Good work that time by the Zebras. Battling back, tie it back up at 16. It's going to put the junior Regal back to serve. Good job by Mackenzie Day. Gets that one to drop. Back and forth, here we go. Manchester back up. Lydia Greer is going to drop back to serve for Manchester. Well, our JV match went 3 sets before Rochester finally pulled out the victory. And a nice job right there by Houston. Puts that one away. Couldn't get any tighter here in set number 3, all tied up at 17. Manchester won the first set. Rochester came back and won set number 2, and we're tied at 17 here in set number 3. Oh, Bozzoni with a smart play. She saw the 2 big hitters on the block for Rochester and goes over top, finds the floor. Smart play by the sophomore. She's back to serve for Manchester. And a big hit on the far side by Caitlin Rogers puts that one away. All tied up again. That one went out into the hallway. Rogers back to serve here for the Zebras. Town again. I think that was Town. It was either Town or Houston. I couldn't see who actually hit that second time. Looking at her reaction, I'm going to say it was probably Town. Tipped. Houston would have probably been better off to let that go, and the back row could have got it. But it is what it is. We're all tied up here again at 19. Osborne back to serve here for Manchester. Houston gets it down. So Hannah Houston's going to go back here with the serve. Zebras lead by 1, 20-19 here in an ultra close battle between Manchester and Rochester. Tied up at 1. And that one goes down for Regal. Big hitters for Rochester lighting back up here again late in set number 3. Build the lead up to 2, 21-19 now with Hannah Houston. That one hits the net. That's 4. Pretty sure they gave the point to the wrong team. I think it should be 22-19. They have it 21-20. We'll see if they correct that. Town with a big hit. Good recovery by Manchester, and then the block. That's Conley and Town, or Regal over there with a huge block. The Zebra is coming back to life here late in set number 3, and there's a timeout on the floor for Manchester. We're going to leave it right here. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of Rochester Zebras volleyball. All right, Hannah Houston trying to put this one away. Zebras trying to close out set number 3 and take a 2-1 lead. Leading 23-19. Houston with a nice serve. That's into the net. Good job by Manchester getting it across. Change of pace. Good dig. And unfortunately, Conley can't get to it. So the point and the serve go to Manchester. We're going to bring up Kendra Klein. Sophomore here for the Squires. Trying to get him back into it. And there's a big shot by Rochester. And Town puts it down. Set point here for Christina Town in set number 3. 24-20. Blocked. That's Regal. Rochester takes set number 3, 25-20. And leads 2-1 here going into set number 4. They can put it away over Manchester. Great recovery after losing the first set, 27-25. They come back, win set number 2, 25-18. And win set number 3, 25-20. We're going to take a quick break, come back with set number 4 here from Rochester. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of the Rochester Zebras volleyball.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
All right, welcome back here to Rochester High School and RTC TV4's coverage of Rochester Zebras volleyball. Zebras battled back after losing the first set to Manchester 27-25. Take set number 2, 25-18, and then just won set number 3, 25-20. And look to close it out here in set number 4. We're just about ready to go here. The two sides are going to switch, and the Zebras should be Manchester's serve here to start the set. Regal, Conley, Town, Rogers, Hughes all having huge games, as well as Hannah Houston for the Zebras here in this contest. Coming up big. I got to give a lot of credit to Manchester. They're fighting hard. Both teams very, very young. Couple seniors making an impact here for Manchester, but mostly sophomores and juniors. And for Rochester, a freshman, Emily Hughes, along with a group of sophomores, and then a really good group of juniors that's making a huge impact. Christina Town, of course, the setter Molly Conley is a sophomore. Big hitter up front, number 12, Caitlin Rogers, doing very well. And then the junior, Olivia Regal, 5'8" outside hitter, doing very well. She's had some key blocks here for Rochester. We'll see what the Zebras can do. They'd like to put this thing away here in set number 4, not let it go to a 5th and final deciding set.
Starting set 4, Manchester.
So Manchester's going to have the serve here as we start set number 4. Allie Seitz, another sophomore for the Squires. Set across, that's trouble, but a good dig there by Smith. And that's going to go long for Regal. Give the point to the Squires, start things off. Sights back again here for the Squires. That one goes down, and we're all even now at 1 apiece. And the big front line, Emily Hughes, comes in for Smith. And there's an ace for Town. Gets things started. Christina Town gives Zebras, oh, that one just slides over the net. Talked about that in the years past. Wouldn't have been a legal serve, but they changed that rule 15 or so years ago. From the back row, there's that roll around again by Regal. That time Manchester saw it coming. Good dig. Good block, and that one's going to go down. That was Conley and Regal with the block. And Rochester takes a 4-1 advantage here early in set number 4 on the serve of Christina Town. Oh, that one goes into the net. So Town gives the Zebras 4 points. It's going to bring up Emma West, the senior here from Manchester, libero. Regal changes pace. Manchester's having trouble with it. They get it across. And that's a big shot on the far side by the freshman. Hughes puts it down for Rochester. It's going to bring up the setter here, number 15, Conley. Caitlin Rogers comes in here for Rochester. Conley with a big serve. Good dig there by Bazzoni. Big hit. Rogers far side puts that one home for the Zebras. Rochester leads 6-2 here in set number 4. Conley, another good serve. Moves Manchester backwards. Barkman gets it across. Gonna have a free one for Manchester. Set. Good reaction by the Zebras. Good dig by Town. Far side. Dug out. Job by West. Change of pace. Bazzoni puts that one down. Town can't dig it out. Eva Bazzoni, the sophomore, with a big kill for the Squires.
Side out, Squires. Substitution 11. Greer.
Lydia Greer checks in to serve here for Manchester. Zebras leading 6-3 here in set 4. Dug by Barkman, far side. And that's going to sail long for Rogers. Greer serves again here for Manchester. Rogers gets that one across. Tipped. And that drops. Good job. Manchester keeps it alive. Free ball coming across. Conley. Regal gets it across. I couldn't tell hardly what side of the net that was on, but it was on Manchester's side, so the ball goes down. It's going to put Regal back to serve with the Zebras leading 7-4 here in set 4. Nice block. Houston with the block. Good recovery. That's going to find the floor for Osborne.
15. Serving 1. Bazzoni.
Anna Osborne, she is a senior for Manchester. She's a very smart player. Houston, nice hit, and that's trouble. Goes down, and Houston with the kill for the Zebras. Smith's going to come in and serve here for Rochester. Zebras leading 8-5 here early in set number 4. Now Smith can't get the dig. Nice job there by Osborne putting that one home.
Serving number 13, Osborne.
Way to go, Square. Keep it up.
Manchester staying alive here, 8-6. Osborne back to serve. Was it touched? It wasn't. That one sails long that time for Rogers. Brings Manchester to within 1, 8-7. Conley goes across. Dug out by Town. Set across. Oh, that's trouble. Nice job for Houston. I don't know how she got that out of the net. That's trouble. That was a great recovery that time by the Zebras to get that point. Anna Houston with a miraculous play.
Serving 12, Rogers.
Rogers back to serve here for Zebras, leading 9-7. And nothing on that really, and it kind of just falls. Manchester, I don't know what happened there. They just didn't react to the serve by Rogers. Changes that one up, hits it hard. Set, Town across. Good dig there by West. Into the net for Kahn. Rochester's back up by 4 now, 11-7. Rogers, big serve. Set across. Rochester handles it. Town puts it. Nope. Good dig. That's trouble though. They couldn't get it across. The Zebras get the point. 12-7 now. Building on their lead here in set 4, trying to put this one away. Rogers doing well from the service line. West gets it across. Conley goes across, and that's trouble. I tell you, Molly Conley just has a knack for knowing when that play is going to work. And she gets it across, and just like that, the Zebras take a 13-7 lead here in set number 4. We're going to keep it right here. You're watching RTC TV4's coverage of Rochester Zebras volleyball.
Out of 10 now, it's still serving for Rochester, number 12, Rogers.
Caitlin Rogers still back serving here for the Zebras. Takes some more off of it, and that's trouble again. She's done that twice here in this service and got 2 aces out of it.
Substitution for Manchester.
Rochester's doubled up the Squires here in set 4, 14-7. Rogers with 5 on the service. And she puts some heat on that. And that goes out and was not touched. Late reaction there by West, but she smartly did not touch that. So Manchester gets the side out. Bringing up Kendra Klein, the sophomore here. Town far side, blocked, good recovery. Ooh, hits the line. Was out, then it was in. So Manchester gets that one. Klein continues here with the service. And she tried to change it up, but couldn't get it across. Gives the side out to the Zebras, 15-9. It's going to bring up Hannah Houston. Change up, and that's blocked. That was Town and Regal over there with the block. Houston gets the point. Rochester leads 16-9 here, set number 4. Another good serve for Houston. That's going to be trouble. Bozzoni, and that's going to sail out of bounds from the back row for Eva. Rocket for Houston, that drops right in between two Squires. Houston's finding her rhythm here from the service line, set number 4. Back row, Conley, Regal, blocked, and it's out of bounds. The Zebras are finding their rhythm here in set number 4, leading 10 points, 19-9. Off of the ceiling. Oh, way across was the senior Lauer. Houston with another great serve. We've seen her put together some really good service runs, and she's doing it again here tonight. Town from the far side. Bozzoni finds the bottom of the gym floor.
Substitution number 3, Sites.
And they break the serve on Houston, but not before the damage is done. She gets 5 points and gets the Zebras to within 5 here. 20-10 in the 4th set. Oh, what a smart play by Regal. Changes the pace, finds the opening in between the front and back line. And the junior Hannah Town, Christina Town, back here to serve. Oh, that's going to sail long for Regal.
Manchester, serving 5, West.
21-11, Rochester with the lead. Emma West back here to serve, and she throws that, hits that one into the net. So the Zebras 3 points away from putting this one out.
Serving 15, Conley.
The 5'5" sophomore setter, Molly Conley, back to serve here for Rochester. And Conley sends it into the net. So the nerves getting to both sides a little bit here in set number 4. Might be a little fatigue going in. Been a hard-fought battle all night long between Rochester and Manchester. Oh, that's trouble. Regal somehow able to get to it, and that's going to go out of bounds. Conley and Regal having a little laugh over that. Conley set that up right on top of her own head, forcing Regal to basically go through her to get to the ball. Manchester's struggling here from the service line as we round out the end of set number 4. Free ball across from Bozzoni. That's going to be trouble. And they drop it down. They find that change of pace. Manchester is able to keep it going. Eva Bozzoni back to serve here for Manchester. Zebras leading 23-14. Houston, get it across. Change of pace, Houston gets it across. Out of bounds, the hit goes long for Osborne. We have match point here for the Zebras. 24-14 with Regal back to serve. Oh, great dig, but for naught, Regal couldn't find anybody. It's going to give the ball back over here to Manchester. Hannah Osborne's going to try and keep it going here for the Squires. All right, a little confusion here with the Zebras lineup.
Substitution Rochester 11, 8. Sideline Manchester.
Smith's going to come back in, give Hughes a break. All right, so Anna Osborne, senior for Manchester with the serve. All right, here we go. Osborne with the serve. Houston sends it across free. Tight set, and it's going to fall. Good job there by Lauer, finding the open spot in the back of the Rochester defense. Keeps Manchester alive here. This is the only part about rally scoring I don't like. If you know, there's a missed service or something, I hate to see it end like that. But so far, Smith couldn't dig that one out. Osborne with a couple nice serves, bringing Manchester to within 7. Free ball across, good job by Rogers. Dug out, and that's a free across. Regal gets it across. And Manchester is keeping themselves in it right here. Good shot by Lauer. Coach Leap wants to talk it over. She doesn't want Manchester to get any closer. 24-18 here in set number 4. Rochester trying to put Manchester away. Pick up a big TRC victory. We'll be back in a moment. We're just going to keep it right here, watching RTC TV4's coverage of Rochester Zebras volleyball. All right, welcome back here. Manchester with the serve, Anna Osborne. Trying to keep Manchester alive. Town gets it across. Town puts it away. Hannah Town Christina Town. Why do I keep calling her Hannah? I hope she has a sister named Hannah. I don't know where I got that name. Christina Town puts it away for the Zebras.
Best of luck in the remainder of the season.
Rochester pulls out the 4-set victory, 25-18 over Manchester. Manchester won set number 1, 27-25. Rochester came back and won set number 2, 25-18. Set number 3, 25-20. And close it out in set number 4, 25-18. So the Zebras will improve to 11-9 on their season, 4-1 in the TRC. Manchester drops to 11-11 and 3-3 in the TRC. So we're going to keep it here for the post-game celebration real quick for the Zebras as they run through the student section. Close things out. I tell you, it must be good luck here. Every match that I've come and broadcast here at Rochester, the Zebras have won. And this was another one in dramatic fashion. Took them 4 sets to get it, but they pull out the big victory over TRC rival Manchester. We'll be back here on Thursday night as the Zebras welcome in the North Miami Warriors for another TRC matchup. And then on Friday, Rochester Zebras welcome in the Northfield Norsemen in a big TRC matchup for them, trying to stay undefeated on the season. So a lot of great things coming up here on RTC TV4 and all of our channels, channel 304, channel 341, 342, as well as on rtc4.com. I would say if you get a chance, go back and watch our YouTube broadcast of this game. The first part of this broadcast is actually the JV match. There's no commentary or anything like that, so it's probably better. But I got most of the JV match. I was here early enough, and it was a wonderful match. That thing went 3 sets with Rochester pulling out the 3rd set victory, 15-13. So if you get a chance, go back and watch that. It's a quality match as well as the varsity match. You can watch that anytime on demand at RTC TV4. So I'm Steve Stricker saying goodnight here from Rochester, where the Lady Zebras take the 4-set victory over Manchester. Thanks for tuning in to our coverage tonight on RTC TV4. We'll see you again here from Rochester on Thursday when the Zebras take on the North Miami Warriors.